Meet Simon. He is my betta fish. Right now he lives in a boring home, but today we will start the construction of his tank and make it just like his ancestors before him in the wild. To start, we have some driftwood. We will boil it for a while so it sinks, and also to release a lot of the tannins so the water won't be brown like this. We already have some aqua soil in the base of the tank, but on top of that we will add some sand for a more vibrant and natural feel. I thought that I could do this process while leaving Simon in the tank, but I quickly realized I was wrong and took him out. I got some rock on Amazon. It's a gray slate, and I think it looks really good for this tank. My plan is to just stack up the rocks and make a little cave in the back. Then I realized this whole process will be way easier if I just remove all the water, so that's what I did. I think I ended up spilling more water on the floor than actually in the bucket. This tank was due for a cleaning as well, so I grabbed a clean sock and scrubbed down the glass. Here we've got our large piece of driftwood, our small piece of driftwood, along with an anubias, and a handful of vallisneria. My first thought was to super glue the anubias to this small piece of driftwood. My girlfriend couldn't stop laughing at me, saying that I could have found a stick like that outside. Instead I paid $5 on Amazon for it. Then I started to add in the driftwood, as well as the plants. I kind of just scattered everything all around in a way that seemed aesthetically pleasing. A key feature of this tank that I like is that the filter is built into the back, so it's very quiet and provides a low flow for the betta. It also has an area for a little heater, so the tank will be at 78 degrees at all times. Now it was time to get some reverse osmosis water and add it into the tank. Reverse osmosis will remove any chlorine and any other harmful things in the water. I put a grocery bag in the tank so that the sand isn't stirred up when I pour the water in. Then I go ahead and add in a little bit of quick start. Next we put the lid back on and see what the tank looks like with lights on. I have this little tube thing that's perfect for cleaning off the rocks. Now it's time to add in our first inhabitants. We've got 4 little snails. I don't really know where they came from. I think they hitchhiked on some plants. Next we've got this mystery snail. I think we should name him Gary. I also decided to get this Mexican dwarf crayfish. I think we'll name him Lenny. Now it's time to get Simon back in the tank. First things first though, they all have a meeting and establish the ground rules. I think Lenny gets a little bit mad because he runs off. Gary starts to eat everything in the sand before anyone else can get to it. Now it's time for the first feeding. Here we have some shrimp. Pretty much the second that the shrimp hits the water, Simon crushes it. Lenny wants to prove that he's an alpha male and jumps off the driftwood. they all decide to grab a midnight snack before bed. The tank still feels a bit bland, so on my way home from work, I grabbed an Anubias, and an Amazon sword. Since Anubias don't like their roots to be buried, I decided to wedge it back in the rocks. Lenny sees this as an opportunity and jumps on it. He quickly establishes this as his territory. I bunched the other plants up and put them in the back. Everyone seems to be enjoying the tank much more. Lenny disappears into this cave. I think he's a little bit camera shy. I decided to throw a little bit of fertilizer in the tank, just to keep the plants healthy. A little bit goes a long way. I think our work here is done. Everyone seems to be enjoying their new home.